Obviously a huge win for the program. Weber being for so many years kind of the class of the Big Sky, in-state rivalry, the whole deal to kind of get that in-state sweep was extra sweet for our guys, and just the nature of being able to hang our hat on the defensive end, which is something that we've been really emphasizing, and I thought that tonight that really showed. I love winning the games as grimy as we can, getting the offensive rebounds and kind of figuring out ways. And you go into this thing, you say 5 for 21 from two of our better scorers in Cameron and Brandon, and 12 minutes from Andre. You say, oh boy. But it's just a testament to the guys that stepped up, and this was a true team effort.
Feeling like could you afford the timing that you brought Andre and Dre back? Was that by design? Was it necessary, or could you afford a couple extra minutes? I thought we were fatigued. Mm-hmm. We guys, those guys go so hard, especially the Maizens of the world and Harrison and the way that Weber plays, so reliant on transition. Right. We couldn't afford to have any fatigue, so we thought it was worth our gamble. And to Andre's credit, I thought he took a heck of a charge on that play, and then it didn't go his way, but the other guys stepped up and it was just fine. Yeah. The way that. Even with nobody could shoot well in the second half. Mm-hmm. The time, and he never got the lead above 11 until, of course, the tail end with a little burst.
Yep.
But was it harder to maintain focus with Weber coming like they were, or was it just?
I think we knew.
Play through it.
We knew that they were going to make their run. Basketball, everybody makes a run at some point, and we had to just weather the storm. But we had a little lid on that basket. We had some good looks at it, and we had some interesting lineups out there that weren't quite as sharp, and I thought we got a little consumed with trying to go a little bit too much one-on-one in that little stretch. But we're learning. They're playing. They're figuring out ways to do it. And most importantly, I thought that was a great sign of maturity that we never lost. We were never down in that game. For 40 minutes, mm-hmm. We pretty much held that lead for the duration.
Plus 8 O boards, plus 13 for boards overall. -2 in the turnovers, a little bit of a balance, but still an effort that you're satisfied with.
Absolutely. Rebounding is a big emphasis for us, and difference in that game. Maizen, Fausett, and Harrison Butler get 10 offensive rebounds between those two freshmen. Those two freshmen are going to be just spectacular here in their careers because they go so hard. And there's a difference in the game. We got 48 minutes out of those two guys as true freshmen, and they really performed. And Harrison was the best player on the floor tonight with his 19 and 13, and bothering balls, 2 blocks, 2 steals. It was just it was a superstar effort from him.
How big was it when Burkott Chapman fouled out?
Did that help?
Very. Sometimes when you see the offense stall a little bit, we got a little consumed with trying to draw those 5th fouls on John and Chapman but luckily in transition we had some numbers. Dre makes a smart play, kind of tacks the rim, recognizes it, and it was a huge play because he's a fantastic player, and more than anything he's their best defensive player. He's one of the best in the league defensively.
The win in Idaho was one thing, but coming back here and expanding on it, does that set you up well for Saturday in your mind?
You hope so. We've all but we have our little pockets, but all in all, we've played about 80 straight good minutes. Mm-hmm. We let a couple one possession games slip through our fingers on the road. Hard league to win on the road, but still we had those opportunities. So then we put together 2 straight games now where we've kind of been in control, and you hope that. The ball's going to start dropping again. You won't see a couple of these guys that are better scorers have these shooting nights consistently, and so I believe that we're due, and hopefully that carries over to Saturday.
And how about that run to end the game?
That's a self-made run by Maizen and Harrison. Those guys just went and got it, and I love putting those guys on the free throw line because they do it all the time. And they're a nightmare to block out because they're relentless. And 2 of the better ones I've coached in my entire career at getting free throw rebounds. So they'll keep doing it, and they just have an knack for the ball.
In the spot, recognizing it. That was what Mason was more than anything, as Marin, because he was there and no defender didn't get around him until it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I think he gets in people's heads, because you don't know, is he going baseline, is he going middle? But just that they just go. They give you the effort, and that's what I'm proud of them for.
Good. Now, Coach, there was one point during that run too. You started to pump up the crowd a bit. How big,
Everybody did.
Yeah. Crowd. How big was that for you to see the crowd react the way they did the whole game, including the students?
It's truly a six-man. There's no other sport, I believe, that the crowd can impact a game like college basketball. Because as soon as that little pressure starts to build in these 18 to 22-year-olds, and it gets loud, and all of a sudden free throws are a little bit short, and guys get sped up a little bit, they can feel that tension kind of building. So that was a huge deal. And it makes it such a fun environment for the guys. I mean, it was a really fun crowd tonight, and hopefully we'll see some return customers.
Speaking of winning on the road, ISU led big at half and had to get a last-second shot to beat NAU tonight. They're your next opponent. They beat your first meeting. How are you figuring out handling them and adjusting to them this time?
Well, they were just shooting lights out. They shot, they made every shot that they possibly threw up on that first game, and we have to be able to take them off the three-point line. And we're gonna have to handle that adversity if they do make a few, because they're a team that they can beat anybody in this league when they're firing, because they got some phenomenal three-point shooters, and they're a good team. They're a very good team that lost a few games, but all it takes is one game to kind of find your way, and it sounds like they kind of have found it.
So last one for me, promise. What was your opinion of Big Thunder today?
Outstanding. Just the entire student section, Big Thunder. I mean, hey, they missed. They shot 64% from the line.
6 of those were in the second half for misses.
So I put I always credit, especially when you have that student section there. That's their misses. You know what I mean? And when we sit, you get a unique perspective, because we sit here and you watch and everyone's getting rowdy and the distraction and the whole deal. It's hard not to at least acknowledge it. So that was fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Coach.
When they were coming at you, you had those chances to get close.
I feel like from the beginning, right before we started the game, our coach wanted us to have this brotherhood mindset where we had one person's back and just motivated that person, and I felt like we did that the whole game.
How was it feeling grabbing those boards like that? Nice and high, and you're in the right spot.
Yeah, it felt like it was just bouncing my way. My shot wasn't falling, so I felt like I needed to contribute another way.
Second half was a bit of a struggle, though, for both sides as far as shooting the ball. Did that add to the challenge a little bit as far as finishing?
I helped with rebounding.
Dre, nice effort overall for you guys. Another win after the first three on the road trip were a little bit tough. What was the focus coming into tonight?
Just getting back to what we do, and that's playing team basketball, sharing the ball, playing hard and gritty defense, and that's what we did tonight. We had good preparation. I think that was the most important thing. We just prepared. We were laser sharp focused from 2 days ago.
Keeping the lead was the biggest challenge, you think?
For sure, because that's a great program. They have a lot of history, well coached. We knew we had to stay disciplined and get good shots consistently, and that's what we did.
Can you talk about your friend's offensive rebounding and how important it was?
It's definitely probably one of the biggest impacts on our game, and he does it. You guys don't see it every day in practice. He gives it to us, and we know that that's one of his best attributes that he brings to this team. And I can ask for a better teammate, a better guy, harder worker than this guy right here.
Having 4 fouls had to be a bit of a pain in the butt down the stretch. Back in there with 5 minutes left.
It's frustrating, but as a player, you got to keep it moving. Sometimes you get calls to go your way, sometimes you don't. And I had coaches and teammates on the bench just encouraging me and keeping me in the game.
Did you? So were you ever able to be aggressive at any point with 4 fouls?
I could still be aggressive. I just had to be smart because we knew that I needed to be out there at the end of the floor.
Yeah.
And that's just gotta be smart. Can't overdo it. Can't underdo it.
I know every conference game's big, but beating Weber State is a little extra special.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels great because it has a lot of meaning to it. And I know a lot of people in the state care about this game tremendously, and it's big. It's big for our program. It's just one more step to our ultimate goal.
You're the lone Utah player on this roster. How does it feel?
Feels great. A lot of hype coming into it, so it feels good to get it done.
Did you ever attend their games when you were growing up before coming here?
I went to a couple, yeah, for sure.
Would you mind talking about the significance of beating Weber? Just your thoughts.
It feels good. It's always interesting. Like growing up, I watched them and always like imagine myself playing on a big stage like that. And here we are, and it feels good. Making dreams come true, I guess.
What did you guys think of the students section in Big Thunder today?
Oh, it's always huge. That dude he's making a name for himself. You know, he's helping us grow as a program just as much as we are.
Does he need to go on a diet at any point? Do you care?
Yeah,
As long as the other team keeps missing free throws, I don't care what he does.
And Dre, you started the game off 3 for 3. Were you kind of thinking, oh, this is like the end of last game?
You know, I just go out there and do what the coaches ask me to do. Whether the shots are falling or not, I'm always going to play hard and compete. And it feels good when the shots are falling. And, you know, I think that got us off to a good start, and the teammates kept it going.
How much time you got to enjoy this?
Till midnight.
6 hours.
Till midnight, then it's on to the next one. We got a big opponent on Saturday that we got to get back, Idaho State. So.
Lucas, you guys